Welcome everybody, today I'm going to show you how to use your camera settings. Starting off with aperture. Aperture is how much light that is let in through your lens into the camera. When you have your aperture really low, like a 4.5, then it opens up your lens super wide, so it lets in a ton of light. If you have your aperture really high, like an f/22, then your lens is super tiny and it lets in a tiny amount of light. When you have your aperture super low and it lets in a bunch of light, you can have a really sharp focus, which makes your background really blurry and your subject in focus. You know that sound your camera makes when you take a photo? It goes ch-ch. That's your shutter. Your shutter is like a door. It opens, lets light in, and then closes. When you have your shutter speed super fast at like 1/1000, then the shutter opens and closes super quick and lets in a tiny amount of light, which can cut out all the blur and makes your image super crisp. If you have a really slow aperture at 1/10, your shutter will be open for longer and let a ton of light in and is usually really blurry. Now with your ISO usually just comes in and fixes up the light. If it's too dark, then you put your ISO up. And if it's too bright, then you put your ISO down. It just basically fixes out the image. The camera settings I'm using right now is aperture of f/4.5, a shutter speed of 1/50, and the ISO of 400. There you go. I've briefly summarized everything you need to know about your camera settings. In the future, I might do more in-depth videos. Thanks for watching. If you did enjoy this video, please leave a like and maybe subscribe. Bye, and I'll catch you next time. Come on. I can't remember. How does it work? It's super tiny.